Okay, so let's start from the beginning then.
Okay.
How did you become a musician then? Were you playing at school or?
How did we get started?
Yeah. Where did you start playing music at school or?
Yeah. Norton Wade, guitar player, and I met in, we call it junior high school, which was eighth and ninth grade,
Mm-hmm.
where we were. So we were 13 and 14, and Norton also played the trumpet at the same time
Uh huh.
that I did. So we had came from different grammar schools, and then you go to a larger school,
Mm-hmm.
and so we played, and then we got in high school, 10th grade. We were in the marching band
Mm-hmm.
there in Augusta, Georgia,
Okay.
and I didn't know that Norton had played guitar. So, when the Beatles came out and all that kind of stuff, everybody wanted to start their own little band.
Uh huh.
And so he and a couple of other guys were already playing. We didn't come up with the name the Oxford Knights probably for like 8 or 9 months or something.
Okay.
And so, like I said, we were like 16 years old, most of us.
Uh huh.
And so Ben and Jack were brothers.
Okay.
And Jack was a drummer. He was in high school with us. And so Norton invited me to come over to like a jam session at one of them's house.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to add horns to the group.
Okay.
And so I fit the bill for the horn. And even though he was playing guitar, and we had an organ player, drums, and I don't know if we had the same bass player at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit, I was just having fun right then because as a smaller child across the a lake from where I lived, there was called a casino.
Okay.
That was kind of like a dance hall, had a stage.
Uh huh.
And me and my friend, same age, we would ride our bicycles over there on Saturday afternoons and listen to the bands practicing for that night's dance or something.
Uh huh.
And of course, sometimes we would go over there at night, sneak out or whatever. We could ride our bicycles over there, and we could. The place wasn't air conditioned, so in the summer the doors would be wide open, and we could sit out there close to where the bands loaded and unloaded and listen to the the music and all. So me and that boy, his name was Jerry. We started a little band that just kind of flopped or whatever. So anyway, we got back to the Oxford Knights. We didn't have a name in the beginning. We got a bass player. He was Hawaiian, Frank Kaneda Jr.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on some of the lists, unfortunately, he just passed away in January.
Oh.
And he was born in Hawaii. His father was in the Army and got stationed in Fort Gordon, Augusta, Georgia. And he was going to a different high school, and that's where we met Frank.
Okay.
Well, he was kind of trying out, and now that I listen to some Santana things and stuff like that, he was doing some of those Santana type riffs or whatever, on the bass, and we were just going like, I don't know what it is, but we like it. But Frank he played his whole life. He really, from that point on, I mean, he was a car salesman for one of the local dealerships in Augusta.
Uh-huh.
And, but he played in his church and things like that. And they always, sometimes people would some bar or something might call up and say, look, the band didn't show up. Can y'all come over, and
Yeah.
couple of us, a handful of us would go over and play the night or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But Ben, he was, I'm just a kid and I don't really need income or whatever, but it's kind of fun. But Ben, the singer, I felt like he was trying to build something for some income.
Okay.
So he was, we were trying to learn enough songs to where we could play a dance or something. And so we practiced, I was telling a lot of people, we learned like 64 songs.
Whoa.
From memory and all.
Okay.
That we could somebody say, let's play Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay, and we played it. It's just, we didn't have to pull out no sheet music or nothing.
Okay.
To play that. So, we worked really hard. We played in different members' garages and things from time to time. And we actually got a job backing up a female singer, Betty Swan. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Of course, yes.
You heard of Betty?
Yeah, of course. Make Me Yours. It's a big single.
Make Me Yours.
Yeah.
Well, they were looking for a band to back her up. She was out of Athens, Georgia at the time.
Yeah.
And so somehow we got this gig. They I don't mean to be racial or nothing like that, but they wanted a white band.
Yeah.
And all the places virtually that we played in were bars and a college. There's a college in Columbia. Benedict Cosby played over there, and I don't remember the exact way the gigs went, but we would play like 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then she would come out, and she just gave us, she had all her music, and she had her album because she had cut an album. But she didn't want it in the key that she originally sang it in. So we said, just give us the album, we'll learn it.
Okay.
So she would come out and sing for 15 minutes, and then we would go play 45 more minutes of our own stuff. We weren't to be showing her up for what we were doing. And then she would come back out and sing 15 more minutes. We'd back her up. She might do Make Me Yours one more time.
Yeah.
And another one she did, and maybe half the other album or something, for about 15 minutes. And we'd go from like Augusta to Athens to Beaufort, Georgia, which is near Atlanta, and Alabama. And
so you traveled quite a lot.
Columbia.
You traveled quite a lot.
Sir?
Then. You traveled quite a lot, almost every weekend.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So was your parents
We were just been.
Were your parents traveling you around, or you had a band manager, or how did it work?
Were our parents around? No.
No.
We finally landed just a straight weekend job in a nightclub where we played 9 to 2.
Okay.
And it was just people that like to drink and dance.
Yeah.
And we were, with all the horns and everything, we were really too loud for them. We would just, they always kept coming up, turn it down. And we would just turn around and play to the wall, to turn it down and stuff. We enjoyed watching the people dance and whatever. And some of the locals were recording records, and so we said, well, we need to make a record. And so I guess that's where we got into the, I don't know who set it up, maybe the Bernard brothers, getting the guy that actually wrote the lyrics and music and stuff like that. So now Betty Swan's husband, I understand, he wanted to fly us to L.A. and cut a record out there. But that never happened.
Okay.
You asked in your original text about photographs and stuff. I know they did photograph. Those people had us photograph, but I don't have a clue
where
any of that would be.
Sure.
I'm not a record collector. I love music all my life, and it's Norton, the guitar player. He got his regular 9 to 5 job, and but he continued to play.
Okay.
And he still does some things these days. Matter of fact, he played for a funeral the other day of some guy in Augusta that passed away. And, I was chatting with him about, me and you connecting up and all. And so he kind of checked you out and said you were legitimate and all that.
Yeah.
And I saw he found it on YouTube. I said, well, my goodness, this tens of thousands of plays out there.
Yeah, no, I don't.
We really liked playing the soul music, like Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, a little bit of James Brown. James Brown was from Augusta, Georgia, and they have an arena named after him. James Brown and I Feel Good and all that.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of Tom Jones stuff. I think we felt that.
What's fascinating is you really created a completely different sound. Out of trying to do trying to copy James Brown or Big This One or all this soul band. You got something really, really specific. Just like which absolutely love.
Yeah, it's like nothing I've never heard before. And I don't know that. After that, after we made the record, I think I pretty much left the band.
Okay.
And so they replaced me with another trumpet player.
Okay.
And one of those YouTube videos that has a portrait of the band.
Yeah, I've seen this, yeah.
I'm not in that
You're
picture.
not in this one. Okay.
No. But Norton's on the left. That's Jack with the beard on the front. And Ben... I think Ben's a psychologist in Augusta, Georgia. You can look up Dr. Ben Bernard. And after talking to, I don't know if I would say this, write this in or nothing like that, but don't say it.
No, you can't.
I was saying, don't say it.
Yeah, no. You don't say it then.
Okay.
Well, I do understand.
Anyway, I ran into one of the sax players at a ball game in Augusta. He recognized me before I recognized him. Jim Autry, he played baritone sax. And the other sax player, Jimmy McKinney, I saw him on the streets up here in Hendersonville and couldn't think fast enough to yell at him or whatever. But they were all just nice guys, It's really nice.
Good. Well, I do understand. When you're in a band, there's always a conflict, or people are splitting up and coming back together, and people doing their own things and going their own ways. So I do understand. I was playing in a band for a little while, but we were more arguing than playing. Because everybody had the different ideas of the direction we wanted to take.
Right.
So, what was the record a local success? Did you get a airplay on the radio? Or?
No, we, as a teenager, you say, okay, I want to make a record, and I'm trying to remember all this stuff, and Norton remembers the most of it. I think it was a 4-track recording.
Okay.
The horns were recorded, and the guitars and drums are recorded twice.
Okay.
Twice over. I don't know about a drummer, but the horns were recorded twice over, and the backup vocals were recorded twice over.
Okay.
That would be your 4 tracks. I think we walked out of there with a tape.
Okay. Was it recorded in Atlanta? Am I right?
Sir?
Was it recorded in Atlanta? Am I right? The record studio was in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We did it in a studio in Atlanta.
Okay.
It took about 5 hours to do both sides.
Okay. Well, that's not too bad.
It was started in the late evening and went about 2 in the morning or something.
Okay. Oh, you just recorded 2 tracks, that's all, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The Just Give Us Time is the backside.
Uh-huh.
When we got through, the people in the recording studios, they felt like the Just Give Us Time had more opportunity than I'm Such a Lonely One.
Okay.
So anyway, I guess after that, somebody found the wherewithal to take it somewhere and have it pressed into the 45s.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't know anything about the guy behind Delphi Records and all the productions and all the guy before who just like distributed in a country.
Yeah, it was. I'm kind of clueless on a lot of that. But we were, it's like, okay, if we had 500 records stamped or whatever, and I don't know what that number is.
Okay.
It's like, okay, we have records, and I might have got one of them out of the pile or whatever. But it's then like, okay, we want to hear ourselves on the local radio station.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the business behind, having something promoted.
Yeah.
To where a DJ would play it on our local radio stations. I didn't know the business end of everything.
Yeah.
So I think years later, I've seen it in a record shop or something. Now, this would be like in the mid 70s or something. I would be flipping through records, and lo and behold, there it'd be, and I was stupid enough not to buy it.
Yeah, you could have bought 100 at the time, I guess,
Yeah, like, I need to get that.
Yeah.
That's correct.
There's a bootleg of it. They about 5-6 years ago, some people tried to make some money and they made a fake one.
Oh, okay.
And it still go for big money, but the label is different. Where your original is matte black, the bootleg is a brilliant black. He's got a reflect. So if you're a collector, you snap it straight away. This is not the original. Straight away because of this. But some Fossair was trying to sell it for $1,000 as a fake.
Right.
Yeah.
We think maybe one of the band members might have had something to do with that.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't know.
They got the one that has the other flip side and like on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it shows a different band. Somebody did a write-up below on the YouTube, and they talked about the band being high school guys from Athens, Georgia. And I said, well, it sounds just like what we were.
Okay.
Just some 17-year-olds in high school. That got together and wanted to play and things. So whoever stamped that other one, and I don't think I've even played it, to see what it was. But there was they used to have Battle of the Bands and stuff.
Yeah, did you done that as well?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Did you win any? Did you win any competition? Or?
We went to audition for the People one time in Columbia, and the quick answer is no. But we went to audition to see if we could get in the Battle of the Bands that was set up for later that evening, and they said just hang around and watch, and of course here we are, 4 horns, guitar, bass, organ, drums, vocalist, and here comes a guy with a guitar and a bass and drums, and they just blow us out of the water.
Really?
With their sounds, I'm going like, golly, how can they do that? So, it's, I really love the soul music and things, and those genres or whatever from back then. Today I like Hall & Oates and Journey and look at all their little spin-offs, what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of fun listening to that. Or
Yeah,
Peter
yeah.
Peter Cetera, Chicago, you know, and
Okay. So your music is considered as beach music in America, isn't it? That's what they call beach music as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where in England it's called Northern Soul. We got a different name for it.
Okay,
You know, it's just a DJ, you know, kind of music. We it's nothing to do with soul from the north of the south in America. I was DJ from north of England who traveled to America to pick up some new sound.
okay,
Yeah, so you will see some people writing, the Oxford Night is a great Northern Soul sound. You know, where
okay,
for you it won't mean anything. It's just a DJ sings, you know.
okay.
Okay, and people like me are really into this kind of music. We like Black American music, but I like Blue Eyes.
Right.
I like Blue Eyes Soul as well.
Sure.
So what we do, we try to find all these gems would never make it to the charts, if you see what I mean. You know, but we had exceptional good music.
Hmm.
So that's why I do as a passion. You know, I spend hours and hours listening to music, looking for 45. But it's really rare where we got the chance to connect with the artist. You know,
Right.
and say thank you for your music. You know, because you're giving us a lot of pleasure. That you know that's why I wanted to say hello to you. Really.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. I did. I just emailed Norton a couple of times and talked to him. He said maybe one day we'll all sit down as a group and go over it,
Uh huh.
you know. And of course, he said, you know, time's going away fast,
It's true.
you know,
True.
because,
Let's do it next week.
you know, sir,
Let's do it next week.
I would love to. It, you know, it's sometimes you want to go, what were you thinking, or all kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
I always thought it would be neat to remake I'm Such a Lonely One into something else,
Hmm.
you know, with more cleaner instruments, you know, but then that would take away from your northern soul.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think the rough side of it, you know, is why make it so fantastic. You know, they got so much. There's so much energy in this record.
Yeah.
You know, when there's
Yeah.
when there's a break, you know, when there's a break, you know, I talk with the mic when I DJ and I say, "Wait for the beat," and he start again.
That's
you know?
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
We got that. We got that from something like I don't know, a Karen Carpenter record or something. Somebody back then had something on the album where they just stopped and
Uh huh.
started back up.
Yeah.
And it was crazy doing the recording because the people kind of watching over us, they would be listening, and like I said, we didn't have sheet music in front of us. We just playing from up here,
Good. That's amazing.
you know, and they would go, stop. They would yell out stuff like, y'all aren't even on meter.
Uh huh.
You know, it'd be like have a four note bar or something like that, and then do a 2-note or something like that. You know, it was just like free form playing or whatever. And they go like, no, you know, we just wouldn't be on a continuous straight beat the whole way through. And they would stop us and say, okay, we got to go back and, you know,
So
fix that.
Do you think there's other take, like an acetate with different take? If you play for 5 hours and you said you carry on, maybe there's other take of the tune? Do you reckon? Do you know what I mean by this?
Did we record?
You know, sometimes before to do the record, they make an acetate. Like a
I don't know.
pre-studio acetate with different take. You don't know about
No.
this? No. Okay.
I don't think so.
Mm.
I think that that flip side, I think we just like created it that day.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
We were wondering what we were going to do.
Yeah. Goodness.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'll tell you what. On this Saturday, I'm traveling to Spain.
Okay.
And I will ask. I'm going to play the record, and
Okay.
it'll be about 400 people over there, and I will ask her to
All
take a video, and I will send it to you Monday or Tuesday next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll ask my wife to record the entire track. I just want you to see the reaction, of the people, when I play it nowadays, and I think you'll be surprised.
Great. I'll love it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That'd be wonderful.
Okay, sir.
Well, how do you pronounce your name?
Yan. Really, Yan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm originally from France. I'm from Lyon in France. I moved to England.
Okay.
I moved to England about 20 years ago.
Gotcha.
Just for work, on music as well. Because London is a good place for clubs and music, and where France is a bit dull and old-fashioned.
Right. Well, nice. Well, so nice talking to you.
Yeah, well, no, I'm really chuffed and really honored to be able to talk to you, Patrick. And I hope that we keep in touch.
Okay. We will.
Thank you so much for your time. Okay.
Yes, sir. You take care.
Have a good day, Patrick. Thank you so much. Hello to your wife again. Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.